This is how to play Baby Can I Hold You by Tracy Chapman. The version that I'm teaching is based on the original recording and also a version that I saw of Tracy playing this, just singing and strumming. Let me give you a quick example of that and then we'll get straight into the tutorial. But this is very beginner friendly, very easy chords, and we'll keep the strumming very simple so you can all have a sing along to this one. Sorry is all that you can say. Years gone by and still words don't come easily. Like sorry, like sorry. But you can say, baby, baby, can I hold you tonight? Maybe if I told you the right words, or at the right time, you'd be mine. So this song is in the key of D major, and it begins on the D major chord, which I like to play with my fingers on a little bit of an angle and have my thumb over the top, which will mute that thickest string. And then the second chord after this D chord is a D sus2, which would just take our second finger off, but we're only there for one strum, and then we'd come back to the normal D. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that D sus2 is called a D sus2 because it adds the second note of a D major scale. So that's where it gets its name from. D, D, sus2, D. Very simple. Then we lift off the middle finger and move the first finger up one string to move us to what is called an A7 sus4. Very scary name, but not scary to play at all. Really quite easy. That's what it sounds like. We don't want the thickest string to ring out. And then we have an A7 chord, which is just that third finger moved into the second fret. So quite beginner friendly chords, but with some scary names. So let's have a recap of those. We have the D major twice, D sus2, just lift off the middle finger and then place it back down. First finger moves up a string, middle finger lifts off, A7 sus4 for 2, and then A7 for another 2. In total, 3, 4. One strum of the A7 before Tracy starts singing, or before you choose to start singing. And we can make that strumming sound so much more professional by just adding a little up strum before the change of each chord. This would sound like... Now, one little up strum does make things sound a lot more professional, but does make things harder. And especially if you haven't had a sing or play along to the recording for this one, just stay on the beat first of all till everything's working. The verses begin with exactly the same chords. Then we change to the E minor chord, which Tracy plays with her middle two fingers, like this. It's entirely fine to play it with your first two. I'm probably going to play this one because it's got the classic rock hand, which is kind of fun. That's for a whole bar, so 4 strums, and then we return to this A7 sus4 to the A7 chord. And it's entirely fine to play the A7 sus4 or the A7 with your first and third finger, first and middle finger, maybe even the first 2 fingers. It's entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong. A recap of the verse. sorry is all that you can say. Years gone by. Exactly the same again. And still words don't come easily. Then, just to finish off, like sorry, like sorry. Finishing off on the A. And then this is so great if you want to be able to play and sing this song, because verses take longer to learn, but the lyrics for all the verses are exactly the same here. It's just, you know, the first word and one of the last words that changes. Begins with sorry. Second verse begins with forgive me. And then after that, all the lyrics are the same. My guys from the jam class in Brighton that I do down here, every month, they love this one because there's a lot less lyrics to learn. So that second verse would be, forgive me is all that you can say. Years gone by, classic rock hand and still words don't come easily. Like sorry, like sorry. And remember, if you accidentally, perhaps like I did once there, don't play a sus2, or you accidentally hit the sus2 in the wrong place, or a sus4, they are always just adding riff content. They're not really absolutely needed unless it's really part of a riff. You're totally fine to add in sus2s or sus4s whenever you choose to, really. It is your version of this song as soon as you're playing it. That is part of artistic license. That is totally cool. Do what you feel. Then we're into the chorus, which is nice and easy apart from the B minor chord, because the traditional way this is played is with a bar chord, which is the 2nd fret bar chord, like this. So barring with the first finger, with the side of the first finger, keep your elbow in, it will help you out. And we also want to touch the thickest string just underneath here. Then we essentially play an A minor shape, moved up by 2 frets. And that is on the told you the right words, okay? And it is for 4 strums, so it's for a whole bar, but there's a much easier option, which Ed Sheeran uses all the time, which is this one. 1, 2, 3. That is so much easier, not only to play in itself, but to then play, you know, the A chord or the A7 part, and to change to and from that B minor chord. Let me show it in context. Let's do just a little playthrough of the chorus, nice and easy. But you can say, baby, normal D chord. E minor to a G, hold you tonight. E minor to a G, then we'd have B minor. Let's go for the little cheating version. Ooh, at the right time, you'd be mine. Okay? One more time. I think this is fairly straightforward now, apart from the structure of it, and there's a lot of chords. Let me talk you through it. Let's play together. I encourage you to play along with me, nice and slow, from the D major chord. 2, 3. But you can say, baby, D, 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 E minor, G, you tonight. Maybe if I told you. Okay, B minor chord, we're going for this one. 1, 2, 3. The right words. Ooh, at the right time, you'd be mine. E minor, A7 sus4, A7. Few tips there. If you don't want to do sus2s or sus4s in the chorus at all, that's totally cool. Remember, they're always an option. we will want to, on the D, any version of the A chord, and on this B minor, make sure that thickest string is not ringing out. We can do that by having the thumb on the top, or we can do that by when we're playing, for example, the B chord, the new B chord that we're doing, hitting the first finger on the underside of that thickest string. It means we can strum all 6 strings all the time, but that thickest string doesn't ring out. That's something that the pros would do naturally, and something as a beginner you need to learn to do naturally. Without that muting, we get that thickest E string ringing out, and it's no good. Let me give this a demo with the B minor chord. So this would be, but you can say, baby, baby, can I hold you tonight? Maybe if I bar chord the right words, oh, at the right time, you'd be mine. Okay, now a real tip that I didn't actually do then, it just made me think of it, is when you go from the G chord to a B minor chord, try and put your fingers down at the last possible minute, make the shape of the bar chord first, and that way you get the open strings still ringing out, so that there is no big gap. Often when we play bar chords, and this is what happened just then when I did it, because I wasn't thinking about it, there's a big sort of pause, you know, and we get that sort of thing happening. And the way we can avoid that and sound a lot more professional, make the shape of the chord, but the open strings are still ringing out, and then there was no gap. Let me do that again. Maybe if I told you the right words, sounded a lot more professional, didn't it? At the right time, you'd be mine. This is such a beautiful song. Let's have a playthrough all the way till the end. We'll go from verse 3. Remember, the chord sheet is linked to on my website, and it should be in the description here on YouTube. And we'll go for verse 3 and then the chorus, and we'll finish there. So from D major chord and our little verse, which starts with 2, 3, join in. I love you is all that you can say. Years gone by and still words don't come easily. Normal G chord, like I love you, I love you. We're gonna go for the chorus now. But you can say, baby, baby, can I hold you tonight? Maybe if I told B minor the right words, oh, at the right time, you'd be mine. Here we go, keep going. Baby, can I hold you tonight? Maybe if I told you the right words, oh, at the right time, you'd be mine. To finish, G, then A, you'd be mine. G, then A, you'd be mine. That's how to play Baby Can I Hold You. I found it very difficult then not to put my Boyzone accent on there, because I grew up with the Boyzone version with this one. A lot of fun though, a beautiful song, especially to play and sing. I hope you'll give that one a go. Do check out some more songs on my Andy Guitar YouTube channel. I particularly recommend some songs that are kind of level 6, level 7 of my beginners course. A lot of the songs that we have there, I'll be sure to link some of those up on the screen now. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you again in another video.